But if we think we've been left behind by God, then we're not going to be led into the place where the tree of life is and eat from it freely. We're not going to be led to the place where we behold the arm of God and what God's arm did to save us or extract us from the burning house. And then we're not going to be filled full in our bellies and made to lie down because we're so full. It's like after Thanksgiving, man. You eat so much food, you just got to go to sleep. You got to go take a nap. I mean, you get the stretchy pants. I thank God so much now because they make these jeans.
That's right.
With the stretchy waist. You know what I'm saying? Listen, these things were made by God. Because your belly, man, it can get fat and full and you got that space. Right? But you see all this in the Psalms. Jesus felt the loss and the lack that we all feel sometimes in this world. He knows what it feels like to hear the voice telling him God left you behind. He knows what that feels like. He knew that God hadn't left him behind. And so then he started talking with God. You have not abhorred the affliction of the afflicted one. Neither have you hid your face from him. Your face is shining upon him right now. Right? You will hear him when he cries out to you. And so then with the next verse we see Jesus saying, God has led me into the place where I see the death of this cross does not mean I lack what I need for life. He led me beside the still waters of grace. He showed me my ability to have life is not found in the strength that is contained in this world, but my ability to have life is found in his strength. That filled my belly full with the manna from heaven. And it caused me to lie down in the tender green grass. Right? God prepared a table for me. What's a table? A feast. Where? In the midst of his enemies. What is the enemy? The death and the lack in this world. It surrounds us. It points at us. It uncovers our nakedness. It tells us we don't have what we need. It tells us we lack. It tells us we suck. It tells us we're a loser. It tells us if we could only just get this, then we could have life. If we could only just have that, then everything would be well. That's a freaking lie. There ain't nothing in this world that can satisfy you. Nothing. Nothing. And so then Jesus says something interesting. He says, my cup runneth over. And that's a powerful declaration about the life of God and the ability of the life of God. Because it doesn't really make sense to human brains. Let's just be honest. Does anybody think that if you find yourself nailed to a tree and stripped naked? I mean, how many people, you young guys, you guys even want to take showers at school naked with the other guys? No. Something inside's like, it's not good to just be naked all out. So this guy Jesus is naked with a crown of thorns on his head and nailed to a tree in front of a public square. Now, the life of God in him caused him to say, my cup runneth over even in that place. That doesn't make sense to human beings. It doesn't make sense to human beings that someone could say that in that situation. It's not trying to tell you that's what you should say. It's trying to reveal to you the treasure of the life of God and how strong the strength of God's life actually is. So that you're like, whoa, how does that happen? And that's what happened to me. It was like, whoa, how does that happen, God? How can a guy say, my cup runneth over when he's nailed to a tree? I don't get it. That's a great place to start with God. If you could just say to God, Lord, I don't understand how I can enjoy life if things are going wrong around me. Tell God that. I don't understand that. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm just saying I don't understand. I don't understand how I can be filled with peace and love and joy in the midst of the corruption I see around me. I see that it happened in Jesus, so I know your life is able to do it. But man, I don't know how that works. And I don't even necessarily need to know how it works, but I'm available for you to do it in me. So lead me in whatever path I need to be led into for that to be manifest in me. And that's kind of what I said to God. How does a guy get that right? How does a guy, it's like, how does a guy love the people that are nailing him to a tree? It confounds our thinking, doesn't it?
Yes.
I mean, listen, I struggle to love a guy that won't go fast enough at the red light or the green light.